Hey everybody!
Hi.
Happy Friday!
Yay.
We are back with the last installment of Parable the Sower.
This is it.
This is it. This is
You've
all.
made it.
You've made it.
We're proud.
I have a couple of announcements first. Announcement number one, remember midterms, you can have a week's extension. Yay! So you can have till next Friday to turn in your midterm. For discussion summaries, make sure you are listing all the participants in those. And then finally, today I have had Skype and FaceTime phone conferences with all the students in one of my other classes, and my big takeaway is that you all need a break. So we are not going to have class on Monday. Everybody gets Monday off. You all get full participation credit and full reading response credit for Monday, and you don't have to do anything at all. So I will be posting the new schedule later on today, and your reading will be for Wednesday. So enjoy the weekend, and I hope you get a little bit of rest.
Take care of yourselves.
Take care of yourselves. So, are we ready for a 30-second recap? Are you going to do it this time?
I can try.
All
It's
right.
the last one of this
It's
book.
the last one. Let me get your 30 seconds going.
Sure, I need to collect myself. Okay.
Okay, hang on. Ready?
Yeah, I think so.
1, 2, 3, go.
They're on the road. They go on a long journey. A lot of things happen. There are a lot of baddies. They keep trying to attack them, and there's some sex between Harry and Sower. Is that this book? I think that's this book. There's part of the book, and they keep walking, and they make new friends, and there's like the two sisters, and then one of the sisters, and she's out, and then they meet like some people with kids, and now they're like a whole gang. They're like a little cult. Everyone's happy, but everyone's cool. And they walk, and I think things chill out once they go inland, and they find a lake, and that's pretty neat. And they keep walking, and she really gets it on with Bengali, and then he gives her their land, and his sister's dead at the end. And they start.
I think we missed some pretty key Lauren Bengali sex. I guess you got there. You got there toward the end.
I said it. It happened.
You said
There's
it,
any
yeah.
wrong, but yeah, they have a lot of intimate times.
They have a lot of intimate times. There's a big fire. Really big fire.
Really big fire.
I'm actually kind of surprised there's not more fire, given the love of fire, combined with how dry we know California is.
Yeah.
Because I feel like in our real world, California is very dry. There's a lot of fire, and
At
that's
any given point,
not
there's a lot of
because
fire.
people are on a pyro drug. So
Yeah.
I feel like there should be actually more fire in this book. I feel like they should be walking down a corridor of fire at all times.
Yeah, I felt like I did not. That was not my best 30-second recap. It
It was pretty good.
was my second best.
It was
30-second
It was.
recap.
It was pretty good. All right, let's do Harvard.
Okay.
Would you like to start?
Sure. So, my question was... What was my question about?
We'll start with my question.
Let's start with your question.
Okay, my question has to do with hyperempathy and how its transmission works. I don't understand where it comes from. It apparently comes from this drug that Lauren's mother took, but Grayson and Emery also have it, and Emery's parents, we don't have anything about her mother taking that drug.
Mhm.
We don't really know anything about Grayson's parents, I don't
Yeah.
think. And then the transmission is genetically transmitted. Is it a dominant gene or a recessive gene? What do you think?
I don't know. I mean, there was a mix,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
So,
All right. All of you
Emery
guys
had-
who do know about genetics, you
like, I'm
can
trying to make my little, like,
Punnett square.
Punnett squares. I'm like, okay, so there were two sons and a daughter, right?
Yeah. But assuming that her husband didn't have it, then it must have been dominant, right?
Yeah, it's been dominant.
And if it's dominant, it should be getting much more common, right?
Yeah.
But Bengali says that he's never met a sharer before Lauren, so either people are really, really good at hiding it, or it's really rare.
Yeah, because I understood why Lauren never met anyone, because she knew 11 families.
But Bengali's like a doctor, he's a man of the world.
Yeah, how did he never meet anyone?
I don't know. So I don't
Unless it's geographically located, because he's not coming from their part of...
He's from San Diego. He's
I
like
don't know.
pretty close.
But, like, the world's gotten very big.
Yeah, but it's like 30 miles away from where she grew up.
Okay.
And Grayson's from Sacramento, which is so it's certainly
Yeah.
across like northern and southern California. I'm very curious about what is the sort of
Transmission.
mechanism of this, because
And it can't just be that one drug.
yeah, so that's what I'm wondering. Is it spontaneously cropping up in the population, and maybe she attributed it to the drug, or like that was what their sort of science institutions did, whether or not they were right. Maybe it's something that's happening
More
spontaneously,
environmental or
environmentally.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, like, because apparently, like, a lot of the slaves, they said had it.
Yeah, they said that her brother said that would be the perfect conditions to
and
have
that
someone
the
that is
the slave owners really liked having slaves with hyperempathy. So I guess I'm just curious, like, if we do 20 years down the line, is there a lot bigger population of sharers or not?
That's a good question. I mean, if it's dominant, it would only go up, right?
I would think so. I know a lot about genetics. That's why I'm an English professor.
I mean, I guess not necessarily would only go up, but would likely go up.
Yeah, I mean, people seem to have babies all over the show. In this book.
People are having a lot of babies.
People love having babies.
And especially people are kind of being enslaved, and then they're trying to target people who have the hyperempathy, and then they're probably trying to ensure that they have... Oh, we have a problem.
Babies, they're great, but they spit up a lot. What?
You've broken the baby.
Broken the baby.
Do we need to stop?
No, I got a sock.
Great.
Oh, God. It was clean. It was a clean sock, guys.
Clean sock.
Clean sock.
He hasn't walked on it. He can't walk.
Yeah, he can't walk. It's a clean sock. Okay. I'm pretty sure it's time for your...
I remembered my question. So my question was about Lauren's sense of justice and ethics in the world. Like, basically, so she has this really strong religion. I guess I'm really hooked on the religion part of this book, this time around with this book. And she's really thinking, but when she's perceived as this, like, preacher's kid, right? Who's supposed to be, like, all, like, goody two-shoes or something. But she seems to kill a lot of people.
She killed a lot.
Right? And that really surprises Harry and kind of surprises others because she's like this kind of tiny person.
And a month ago she hadn't killed anybody.
And she never killed anybody. Now she's just killing people, right? And she has zero remorse. Zero problem. Like nothing. And on the one hand, she's got this kind of like, you attack me, I kill you mentality. Which is that, she's not attacking anyone unprovoked, which is like a pretty good set of ethics. But she kind of has to kill them or else she would become like really incapacitated in a really serious way, right? Yeah. So she ends up...
So it can be really disproportional.
So instead of like...
Disproportionate.
Which is a really strange thing to not be concerned about, right? It's not like eye for eye, it's like eye for face. Like it's I don't know. She seems so untroubled by it. It was kind of surprising. But then she also has this like, I'm going to help randos, especially randos with children. So it's like a really almost eclectic mix of things. And so I was thinking about that and kind of, is that part of her religion or is that just more her own personal...
I think it has to do with the way that she actually dehumanizes everybody she ends up killing, which is not a good trait overall. Like, people who come at her, like, she thinks of them as being, like, not real humans. They're on drugs or they're drunk or their violence has put them in a different category such that she doesn't have to feel the remorse that she would feel of killing a human. She doesn't spend a lot of time exploring their like deeper personal lives because like
no more than she would have done.
They're cannibals and rapists. Like they are discardable people, and so she kills them. But then like her brother was doing these things, right? And she was able to retain his humanity in her mind. Though that one she did struggle with at least. Yeah. So, I mean, maybe the world really is, at this point, divided into people who are irredeemable, like, beyond just being killers, the kind of killers that also, like, delight in torture, rape, and cannibalism kind of killers. Yeah. And then, like, people with kids. And that's, like, the two categories of people. But it is kind of weird that she doesn't seem to have much... She doesn't seem to struggle with it at all. And, well, also, again, like... On the one hand, I wouldn't say that it's necessarily that the world has required this because everyone else is struggling with this. Everyone else is like, hey, like maybe I feel not so great about killing people. Like mainly Harry. It's mainly Harry.
It's mainly Harry?
It's mainly Harry.
Okay, maybe it's just Harry. Okay, so there's the world, there's Lauren, and there's Harry. Like, maybe those are the different camps. And Lauren's the world, and maybe Harry's the one who's... is oddly sensitive and see people's humanity. I mean, I guess the other thing, too, is that with the people who are the painters, whatever, the paints?
Paints.
Paints.
Not my family.
No one has a problem dehumanizing them, right? No. And like we are intended to dehumanize them, which is a really extreme approach to drug addiction. And it also made me wonder about like to what extent the nature of a drug addiction has to be so extreme that there's like no humanity left for you, and whether that's actually true of their experience or just that the stakes have become so high. There's no room. I would also like to just, going off on a really, really minor side note, she experiences people's pain and pleasure. So I've always thought that in addition to enjoying other people's sex, she should also be enjoying their pleasure, their high. Yeah. I don't understand why she doesn't like become incapacitated with a love of fire. So that's sort of what I'm. Oh, I see. Yeah, is that dehumanized to the point where she doesn't even like see their humanness. But that also could be that she herself has dehumanized them. Like, not that they are necessarily dehumanized, right? Because when people hide their pain, she doesn't right? It's not about their true pain, it's about their expression of pain, right? So similarly, it's about her interpretation of their pain or her interpretation of their humanity. So
maybe she's had to convince herself that they're not human.
As a survival strategy.
Because otherwise she'd be over there being like, fire! Fire! And they'd be like, what are you doing, Lauren?
Or she'd just be like in a corner, like, very happy. But, yeah.
No, so I do wonder about all the drug use and whether she would share that as well.
Yeah. Presumably, yes.
Also, when they have all these like orgies around the camp, like Lauren must just be having a great time.
I assume so.
She could be on watch in the middle and just be like, it's a nice mellow Friday. Nice mellow Friday here.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. We've talked enough about sex for you, buddy. Okay. That's probably enough for this book for right now. Yeah. Have a good weekend, everybody, and I'll see you on Wednesday. Bye, everybody.